You think success is about money, abs, and really fast cars. Cool. I used to think that too. But let me tell you what being rich as a father really means. What's up, guys? Welcome back. If you've been following along at all, you know that I haven't posted in a week. And so let me just give you some context. So I had some friends in town. They stayed at the house. I had some employees out sick. So basically what that meant was I had to push some things way down the priority list, and that's what this is. So it doesn't mean that I didn't work out. It doesn't mean I didn't do all that. I still did my daily non-negotiables. But it was nice because I actually had some time to just go dark. And I actually gained some massive clarity. And one of the pieces that I gained from this is a big lie that we've been sold. You see the guys out there, the Andy Elliots, the dudes, the gurus on Instagram, just talking mad shit. If you don't have abs and $1 million in your bank, you're a loser. Now, I will tell you that I'm 100% pursuing those, right? But it doesn't mean I'm a loser. Because even those guys were at a place where I'm at. Maybe they weren't as fit as they wanted to be. Maybe their bank account wasn't as high as they wanted it to go. And it's like some of these guys have forgotten how really tough this game is. Now, I don't want you to believe the lie that we've been sold, but I also don't want you to lie to yourself that, hey, just giving up is also another lie that most men, most dads tell themselves. And every dad out there has been fed some line of BS like this, right? That if you get shredded, you can stack cash, that you've actually made it. And to a certain extent, that's true. But no one tells you about the cost. What is it going to cost you to do those things? And some of you maybe have experienced this, or maybe of someone online that you follow that, and they have the abs, they have the Lambo, they look or they appear to be rich or millionaires, but guess what? They see their kids 3 or 4 times a year. They're now on their second or third divorce. Their team just keeps dropping like flies. This all comes at a cost. And I share this because I just don't think that a lot of these gurus on Instagram are telling you guys this. If you want to go get shredded and you want to go do your side hustle and you want all of those fancy things, there's nothing wrong with that. But what are you willing to sacrifice? Are you willing to sacrifice time away from your kids so much that they ignore you? Are you willing to drive and bulldoze your marriage into the ground so that you end up getting a divorce? And I can tell you, for me, I see this with a lot of these guys because they put this invisible wall up, right? Between their kids, between their spouse, and they use it for fake motivation to sell more stuff. And at some point, there is a breaking point. I've chased it and I still was empty. I was still pissed off. I still wasn't satisfied. I was still trying to prove something to everybody but myself. And right now, for me, my marriage is on fire. My kids are fantastic. My business is still growing. We're still tweaking things and moving things around and putting things in place to keep growing. And that's the game, guys. It's not the cars. It's not the money. It's not the abs. It's the constant pursuit of never being satisfied. The understanding that there is no finish line. Now, if you get the abs, cool. You get the muscles, cool. How's your marriage doing? Reflect, check it. And so I made a post today. That's kind of what inspired today's vlog. But I just saw some stuff during this time of stepping back. And I realized that the richest man in the room may have presence on social media, but maybe he doesn't have presence in real life. And so I just realized how absolutely lucky I am right now. I am working on my health. I'm working on my body. I'm constantly moving in the right direction as opposed to the wrong direction. My marriage is great. My business is good. You've had some hard months, but that doesn't mean that everything's lost or whatever. We're moving forward and we're growing and all this stuff. And That's what it's about. At the end of the day, guys, that's what I want all of you to have. I want you to constantly be pushing the rock forward, even if it's only for an inch every day. And I don't want you to give up. And I don't want you to feel failure. And I want you to get there quicker. That's my goal for you guys. And I don't even know who you are. And I don't have to know who you are. But I want you guys to be careful watching all these guys. I'm just like you guys. I watch these guys. I follow them. I take nuggets from each and every one of them. But it doesn't mean that I buy into all their bullshit. And you know what? Maybe you're somebody that's watched my stuff and you felt the same way about me. That's cool. I just do this differently. I talk about real stuff. I talk about real issues that dads today have. And for me, I just had to create a framework that actually saved me and pulled me back from this idea that I needed millions and I needed abs and I needed all the shit. And like I said in the beginning, before you guys hop in the comments, it doesn't mean that I'm not pursuing on being as fit as ever. It does not mean that I'm pursuing my legacy by building wealth in my family. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is don't buy into the hype. Don't buy into this thin veil wall, because we've all seen it. We've seen all these coaches online. We've seen a majority of them end up getting divorced. I can name 3 or 4 right now, and they acted like they had it all together. So just know that whatever it is that you're going through right now is real. If you're struggling on building a business, if you're struggling on getting the abs, if you're struggling on stacking money in the bank account, it's all real. That's life. And the only way that you guarantee the failure is if you give up and quit. You're never going to get the abs if you say, you know what? I'm just going to do whatever I feel like and not follow a plan. But here's the framework that helped me get to where I'm at today. Do I have everything I want? Absolutely not. But I rebuilt my life around the 4 core dominions: devotion, which means faith, meditation, prayer; discipline, which is my health, my fitness, my nutrition, my sleep, all of that. My dedication is being intentional with family and being present. And my drive is my business, my money, my legacy. And that's what became the Dominate Daily Dad. And that's what I live. That's what I lead others through. And here's the thing, guys. It works when you start implementing this framework on I got to hit these 4 dominions every day. And I believe it makes me real. It makes me more, or have more things in common with you, because I've always said I'm not up here on a pedestal. I'm just telling you what I did and how I did it and how I got what I have. And listen, you may not want what I have. That's totally cool. Go find a coach or somebody to listen to that has what you want, and make sure they're not full of shit. So if you're a grown man, you've got kids watching. If you're married, you have a wife who's begging for you to show up as the man that God's called you to be. That's the moment that you got to realize I can't give up. So keep dominating, keep moving forward, and just be careful what you guys consume. So with that, I'll see you guys next time. Until then, dominate daily.